And sitting on your front porch in your new glider from the Roundup store. You'll find gliders, rockers, porch swings, birdhouses, and yes, their famous storage buildings, plus windows, doors, cabinets, and vanities. Visit the website at roundupshelby.com and see the page at whatsupshopper.com. That's the Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, 8:30 to noon on Saturday.
Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I only do things incredible can, cause I am seed of the chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
All right, good evening, everybody. Playoffs. We talking about playoffs. Welcome, everybody, tonight to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show. I'm finding the right button here. That's why I'm kind of stuttering. There we go. There we are. Well, where's my artwork? Let's go to our artwork tonight and introduce tonight's games. We just did. Shannon Allen's in the house. He's got to go soon. He's going to be doing double duty tonight. Dennis Davis is in the house. Calvin Hastings. And we've got all kinds of things to do. We're going to start picking games as soon as possible tonight. First of all, let me tell you about tonight's broadcast schedule. Special schedule tonight. Complicated for those folks like Shannon can't follow along. Let's see if he can keep up. WLON tonight in Lincoln County, 1050 AM, 107.5 FM. The West Lincoln Rebels go to the Maiden Blue Devils in a big rematch from that conference tonight in Lincoln County. Matt Chapman and Logan Baker will have the coverage from that game. We'll also have Twitter highlights from that game by Jason Sane at What's Up Shopper, #KTC Scores. North Row and Cavaliers at Thomas Jefferson Griffons in the 1A tonight will be on Waggy 1320 AM, 107.5 FM with Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland. That will be, we do not have highlights of that game tonight. Then, now you folks in Cleveland County got to listen carefully tonight. Listen carefully tonight or follow along. Make sure you click on the links right. The best thing to do is go to ktcbroadcasting.com or our Twitter feeds or Facebook feeds and find the link to your game with the artwork for your game. That's the best thing I can do is tell you to go to ktcbroadcasting.com, click on your game, and it'll go straight to it. Now, let's start with the easy, and I wrote those backwards actually for the board, so don't look at that, Shannon yet. Your sheet is right. The sheets of paper that I did not give you yet because they're down the hall. So I'm 0 for 2 on those. All right, I'll go over that real quick, though. Tonight on 101.5 FM, and your regular WHS link, Dennis, is your Crest Chargers. So for Crest Chargers fans, the links we've been doing all year, it's the same.
Will I get to hear Shannon over there?
Yes. There. Special broadcast tonight. Shannon Allen, who's been on the sidelines for most of the games this year, so he's had some good insights for the Chargers game, so he's going to be out there tonight helping Robbie Root because we got 3 broadcasts in Cleveland County tonight, folks. 3. Count them 3. We are splitting, Shannon, the stations, AM and FM.
Right.
So we will have Crest on the FM, okay? Shelby in town on the AM 1390. You can pick it up good there in town. Polk County Wolverines at Shelby Golden Lions tonight on 1390. Now, the Shelby link, you have to get, it's not going to be the same link for the stream. Brent and Jeff Jones will be out there tonight, and they will be streaming off of YouTube, folks. So tonight we will be on the WOHS YouTube channel for that audio. And the links are on KTC Broadcasting, are on Twitter, are on Facebook, and everything else. So all the links are there. That will be on YouTube, Shelby and Polk County. Audio only tonight with Jeff and Brent. Then, up in Hendersonville tonight, 45 degrees, There is no press box. I'll show you the pictures in a minute. They're doing construction up there, so there is none. Tom and the gang will be sitting outside tonight. Danny Aker going with Tom tonight to Hendersonville.
Wow.
And Shannon, I didn't write it on the board. Special broadcast tonight. Your guys are going to be on WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. Burns Bulldogs fans. And if you can't pick it up, guess what? Pull up the internet because you can get it there and listen to it. But one more special thing. The Bulldogs tonight, live video.
Wow.
From Hendersonville. Burns Bulldogs at Hendersonville Bearcats. We'll get to watch that in the studios. You guys can check it on your phones and watch it over at Crest while you're doing the game. Pull it up and watch Burns at Hendersonville. But tonight we're going to have the Bulldogs at Hendersonville live video, KTC broadcast and playoffs return. And we want to thank some of our sponsors. We got a private donor for one half of it, and the other Whitetail Properties Real Estate. Want to thank those guys, and we got a special commercial we'll play for them here in a little bit. But here on the show, if you're listening on the radio, you can watch it on YouTube. Let's go say hello to everybody. Let me pull it up for the folks at home. I don't got my hat on, so we'll go to the big room shot. How about that? Hey, big room shot. Wave at everybody. Hey, all right, we're over at that camera on this one. Now I've got another one, Shannon, I'm working on.
Don't worry about it.
Camera number 2, and here we are. Now the problem with this one, I forgot to put Shannon in the corner. I put the wrong person in the corner, so I got to fix that in a second. All I'm going to do is just turn that. But good evening, everybody. Welcome from the KTC Broadcasting Studios. I'm Kevin Hastings and Dennis Davis and Shannon Allen, and we're about to pick some games and talk about some games. Let me go get the sheets real quick. Shannon, if you want to, you can kind of go through the games on the board. I guess you can see that, and I'll pull it up for the folks at home too, so they can see, and then you'll be able to see on your screen as well. So let's go to that. Let's see. Shannon, you go ahead and start talking if you see some of them, if you can see it from there.
All right, so we got Jerome will be going to Eastern Randolph, and Murphy will be at Mountain Heritage, North Rowan at Thomas Jefferson, Cherokee will be going to Robbinsville, Swain County will be at Mitchell, South Stokes at Thomasville. You moved it. Andrews will be at Starmount, and East Wilkes will be at Mount Airy. Local games, Polk County will be at Shelby. Forest Hills will be traveling to East Gaston. Probably the first time those two teams have played each other. Burns will be at Hendersonville. Chase going up to Reedsville in an interesting game. West Lincoln will be going up to Maiden. Bunker Hill will be they'll be going to Salisbury. I thought that one was at Bunker Hill.
Did I write that wrong?
Maybe
we'll check it. I'm pretty sure Salisbury's got a higher seed. I think they're the 6 and Bunker Hill's the 11. But
okay,
Let me go get the sheet.
Right.
Go ahead.
Maybe I'm wrong on Max Press. Yeah, Bunker Hill's going to Salisbury. Who is that, Dennis? The Bulldogs at Monroe. I can't tell who that is. Is that Robinson? It looks like Robinson.
Robinson Bulldogs.
Okay.
Monroe Redhawks.
Who was Robinson? I've never heard of them. Maybe it's a different name. But anyway, Robinson at Monroe. And Forbush will be going to East Surrey. And that will be I can't see the bottom. Let's see.
Here you go, Blondie.
South Point will be at Pisgah. Forest View will be at Parkwood. That's down in Monroe or South Monroe. Hickory will be at North Davidson. West Rowan will be traveling to Crest. Ledford will be at Dudley. Kings Mountain going to West Charlotte.
Actually, they're playing at Waddell.
At Waddell High School?
Yeah.
Okay. Concord will be going to High-Brighton, and East Lincoln will be at Statesville. And also the South Point game, that will be at Tuscola High School.
Yeah, because of flood damage
flood
up
Pisgah
there.
High
Their
School.
field got the turf just washed off.
Yeah. So those are your games, are the games that we do cover around here. And
all right, well, boys, I don't have my printed off list. Oh, it's in the other room.
Dennis, just while he's going, there's some very interesting matchups.
Yeah.
And you said a while ago, some of these games now, the lower seeds are probably going to win some of these games.
Well, we talked about it here. Like we'd say, if you were such and such higher seeded team and you saw this team coming to play you at home,
right? Yeah.
That's not an automatic win. This is a situation where some of these lower seeds who have played in tough conferences are actually better teams than those who played in weaker conferences and had a higher seed.
Yeah, 2 of those are from our local schools or local broadcasting area, South Point and also Forest View. I like both of those guys, or both of those teams' chances tonight. Again, some great other great matchups. Some, now you have 10-1 versus 11-0, 8-2 versus 10-0 matchups here for the second round. Something that a lot of people are wanting, and it's going to be. It makes for interesting football for sure.
All right, Shannon, y'all ready to pick some of those games?
Let's do it.
Y'all start at Shannon. Start where I marked it and just work your way. Here, give me that sheet. Y'all share that one and give me the one I just gave you with the mark on it so I can read. All right, here we go. Bunker Hill at Salisbury. I've got, like I said, 11 at 6. Is that right? That's what it says on my sheet. Winner of that game will play the winner of the West Lincoln maiden game. Shannon, what you got on this one?
Well, the one thing that throws up the red flag for me is the speed for Salisbury. They come in averaging 57 points a game while they're giving up 3. A lot of those points on their offensive, or a lot of those offensive points have come from their defense, whether it be pick six, scoop and score, things like that. They're led on defense by Georgia commit linebacker Jalen Walker. They do have some standout offensive players, but their defense is just plain nasty. Now, Bunker Hill, again, Carson Elder, the quarterback, Chad Stevenson, the running back. They're averaging 29, giving up 11. But I think, I think it's too much, Dennis. I think Salisbury's got too much in the tank right now for Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill's had a great year, but they're running into a buzzsaw tonight.
Too much at stake.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, if West Lincoln wins and goes to Salisbury for that dad joke from Dennis, for you folks that didn't get that one, Matt Chapman is a Salisbury Hornet, so he'll get to see West Lincoln at his home school, and that'd be interesting for him. All right, Shannon, the Chase Trojans tonight travel to the 4 seed Reedsville. Chase is the 13. They beat Pine Lake Prep last week. Reedsville beat Randleman. You told me you might have something interesting for this. Can the Trojans pull off the upset in Reedsville?
Well, this game, besides the Burns and Hendersonville game, Dennis, I think this game is the one many people are talking about. Chase comes in, their only loss being to Hendersonville this year. They lost 42-9. The Trojans, they average 41 a game, but they're giving up 18. They're led by Marquise McCombs. We all know that name. He's averaging 237 yards per game with 36 touchdowns on the season. But he's not the only one. They've got quarterback Damian Boykins, and also a guy Kevin's high on is Tavion DeRiesma, a very fast wide receiver that Chase has to round up at offensive leaders. Now, Reedsville coming in averaging 46, giving up 10. They have a quarterback named Al Lee and wide receiver Quaysheen Flippin. So these two guys here, those are extremely athletic guys. What I found out about them, they're extremely athletic. But Dennis, I think the key to this game is who can control the line of scrimmage. Chase is big and physical. Reedsville's quick and fast. And so I'm all for Chase. I'm glad for what they're doing this year. I'm proud of them, excited. I think McCombs is going to be a difference maker, and I've got Chase going up there winning 35-34.
Ooh. Well, as McComb goes, I think tonight, so goes Chase.
Yeah.
If he can turn around the corners or break off some long runs, I could definitely see Chase going down there and pulling what a lot of people – old school people would say, you can't beat Reedsville and Reedsville, with a school from the West. I think Cogdell has his Trojans probably much better prepared now than when they played Hendersonville earlier in the year and got beat handily. So I'm with you. I'm going for the upset here. And the score, I think, would it will be very, very close. You've got it 1 point difference. I would go 3 points difference. I think it would be more like 28-31.
Yeah, McCombs will have his yards, but I think the two, and again, I mentioned about Kevin liking this kid a while ago. Tavion DeRiesma, the quarterback wide receiver combination.
He's got 12 picks on the year, I think, is what it was.
Yeah, I mean he plays receiver and
D-back.
Defensive back, and I think.
And here's what's the thing about 12 picks. It's amazing is that a lot of times teams don't throw, first of all, but when they do, they can avoid not throwing to that guy's side.
Right.
And the fact that he's got 12 picks to me as someone who played back there, that's amazing to me because they would avoid, I've played with guys that has been, we want to throw on him. And the fact that he's even in the neighborhood to get 12, I think that just shows how good he is.
If you don't throw,
I don't know if he's playing corner or safety. He might be at safety.
I'd say safety.
And crossing and picking those off. I would think.
If you don't throw, that limits your offense.
Well, how did that work against Deion Sanders?
Well, are you talking about when he's playing for the Braves or when he's playing for the Falcons?
Not the Braves.
A buddy of mine just sent this. That receiver named Flippin, he said he may be the fastest kid in the state.
At where, Reedsville?
Yeah,
at Reedsville.
Yeah.
He's flipping fast.
We'll see. Dreesman can run too. We'll see if he can keep up with him. So Dennis, did you pick? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I picked Chase.
Okay. Both of you.
28-31.
And a close one. All right, East Gaston at Forest, or they hosting? They're hosting Forest Hills tonight. I wrote that wrong on y'all's sheet. So Forest Hills is at East Gaston tonight. Not often the 24 seed gets a second round home game, but here we are. The Warriors got the Forest Hill Yellow Jackets after Forest Hill won 27-26 and East Gaston 57-39 over Community School of Davidson. Forest Hills beat Providence Day. Is that who they beat? Or Providence? I don't know. It cuts off on my sheet here. But anyway, Shannon, East Gaston tonight, Forest Hills. We know East Gaston from experience has got a really good offense. Defense is a little leaky. Tell us about, can Forest Hills pull off, I guess, what we think might be an upset and keep us from having an East Gaston Shelby rematch in the next round?
Well, they come in this game, they're averaging 25 a game, giving up 18. They finished third in their conference, as you mentioned, behind Monroe and Parkwood. Their quarterback's Gabe Crowder, running back Christian Davis. They don't really do anything fancy. They just use their athleticism, but they're not. They can't score a lot of points, which that's surprising to me. Only averaging 25 a game. Now East Gaston, we know about them. They come in and playing extremely well right now. They may have the best overall backfield, in my opinion, in the state with Trenton Sherrill, their quarterback, Markel McKinney, and Justin Hill, the two big running backs they have.
They could. I wouldn't. I would say, Shannon, you're in the top 5 or 10 conversation with them.
Oh, absolutely, because Sherrill's averaging over 100 yards a game. Markel's getting over 1,200 on the season, and Hill has over 1,800 yards on the season. So things like that opens some eyes. Now, East Gaston can play small ball where they can just run the ball. Or they can, where they grind it out, or they can play in a shootout, with these guys from the running back position. That's how good these guys are. The only team that really has been able to beat them easily was Shelby, but Forest Hill's not as good as Shelby this year. So I think East Gaston wins big tonight at home. It'll be exciting down in Mount Holly, and I've got the score 56-28.
Wow. I know that the Forest Hills team has not scored a great deal of points in their games that they played. East Gaston is capable. Ask Burns, how their offense works. I think I'm going to go with East Gaston in this one, and I'm going to go with the score of 48-24 East Gaston.
All right, 2 picks for East Gaston. Up next, Kings Mountain Mountaineers in a 3A matchup travel to West Charlotte. I'm sorry, jumping around there on a different sheet. Kings Mountain at West Charlotte tonight. Kings Mountain won last week 21-17 over Franklin. West Charlotte 34-10 over Stuart Kramer. Sets up a matchup where Dennis said it's actually at Waddell High School. If you're going tonight or know someone going, it's at Waddell, not West Charlotte. So they're playing West Charlotte at Waddell. Shannon, the Mountaineers, are they going to get a chance to come home maybe if Dudley upsets? But anyway, Kings Mountain, the 11 seed at 6 seed. Kings Mountain has a chance to play at home next week if they win, more likely on the road. But what do you think about tonight against what your son called, or throwing him on the bus, the fake lines?
Yeah. Well, in going to quote Lloyd Christmas here from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, gosh.
There's always a chance, or you're saying I got a chance.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a chance. But whenever you hear the name West Charlotte, you immediately think of team speed. They're going to have athletes all over the field. And for the key for Kings Mountain tonight is quarterback Lamont Littlejohn. He's going to have to play the best game he's played all season. But he cannot do it by himself. They have, Kings Mountain has a lot of injuries to key players, so somebody's going to have to step up tonight. Now, West Charlotte comes in the 4th place team out of their 3A, 4A split conference behind Huff, Chambers, and Mallard Creek. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good competition. They're playing these schools has definitely made them better. They're averaging 33, giving up 20. Again, for Kings Mountain to have a shot, they must play their style of football and not get caught up in anything else. Don't turn into a shootout because it's going to be hard to beat that. I think it's going to be a tough challenge, but I think Kings Mountain can go to Waddell and win or against West Charlotte. I got it 31-28 Kings Mountain.
Dennis?
West Charlotte usually has an abundance of athletes. That translates into speed and quickness. The two are different, by the way.
Yeah.
West Charlotte, I think Kings Mountain has too many injuries and not enough people at full speed to hang with West Charlotte. They're playing over there at Waddell. It's an area that is going to be foreign, if you will, to Kings Mountain. It's not their home AstroTurf. And I think Kings Mountain is going to come out on the short end of this stick tonight. I hate to say that for Greg Lloyd and the folks from Kings Mountain. West Charlotte's competition has just been vastly superior. If you think about it, who did Kings Mountain play that was a top caliber team? And I know some people are going to throw stones at me when I say this. The only team they played was Crest, and what happened to Kings Mountain when they played Crest. So I'm going with West Charlotte on that one. And West Charlotte's got a little bit of a nasty streak in them, and they got a great band, and therefore they're going to win, and it's going to be 52-34.
52-34. Dennis goes West Charlotte over Kings Mountain in a barn burner. All right, let's go to the bottom part of that bracket. As you guys can see, Freeman will be at Concord will be at High Brighton in the 10-7 seed. The other side, give me just a few minutes, just like 2 or 3 more. Let's see, East Lincoln tonight at Statesville. We're going to pick this game. The Mustangs get a rematch with Statesville, the winner of their conference. Now, remember, Statesville won earlier in the season, but the quarterback for East Lincoln wasn't there. East Lincoln on the season has given up 134 points in 11 games, and Statesville has only give up 89 points in 10 games. So East Lincoln roughly giving up 15 to 11 points a game, something like that. Statesville 8.9 points a game. So Shannon, can Mizell and Lewitz and the Mustangs pull off the upset in Statesville tonight?
Yeah, I think, with Mizell back playing when he's on the field, East Lincoln is very dangerous and they're very good. They played back on September 24th, as you mentioned. Statesville won that game 23-6. Again, Mizell was not there. He's averaging 179 on the year and has 19 touchdowns. Statesville, though, I mean, they're stingy on defense, and that's the one thing about them. They're giving up 9 points per game. But, I think it's hard to beat, Dennis. It's hard to beat a team twice in 1 year, and especially when they've got their gunslinger back. So I think East Lincoln, I'm picking them to go on the road and win. I think it's going to be a close one. I got it 35-30.
Wow. They are playing this game in Statesville, and I think that could be a deciding factor here. I think it's going to be a much closer game than what the first time around was, but I'm still picking the Greyhounds to win, and I think it's going to be 24-21 Statesville.
Now, let me give you – I actually have a box score from that first game, guys, if you want to look at this. Freshman for East Lincoln actually went 10 of 16, but only 49 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The quarterback for Statesville went 9 of 14 for 49 yards. Rushing the ball, Statesville's Stevenson, a senior, had 7 carries, 83 yards. Senior Quante Brown, 8 carries, 71 yards. Daniels, a junior, 31 yards on 8 carries. And Davison, 27 yards for a grand total of 211 yards rushing, Shannon, on that East Lincoln defense. East Lincoln ran for $122. Howard Johnson, the senior, had 18 carries, 57 yards. Tyler Johnson, 12 carries, 47 yards. And Daly had 2 carries, 13 yards. In the matchup receiving, Markel Clark, the junior for East Lincoln, 3 catches, 32 yards, and the touchdown. Statesville's Himes had the touchdown. So just looking at that, Shannon and Dennis, all-purpose yards, Statesville 211 and 122. No, total yards, 211 and 122 is what that was showing. So I don't know how accurate that was off the max preps. That can be sometimes. But anyway, So you guys got East Lincoln pulling off the upset, huh?
No, I have Statesville.
Yes, I think East Lincoln is.
All right, Shannon's going with the Mustangs. All right. So let's see. I got like one or two more in that. Then we're going to take a break. Let's go to South Point and Pisgah. We're going to go to the top of this bracket. Now, this is one of those things where everybody talks about the seedings. With Pisgah getting the 1 seed, 29-20 victory over the 32 seed last week, and so that sets up a matchup with South Point, who won last week 41-31 against, I think it's Eastern Randolph, right? And this week they'll be at the Pisgah Bears, South Point Red Raiders. Shannon, what you got?
Well, after the floods this past August on the mountains, many didn't believe Pisgah would even have a team or much less have a season, but here we are. So Pisgah comes in averaging 26, giving up 12. The quarterback, Jameis Free, and wide receiver, Caden Robinson, those are their main guy, their main weapons they have up there. And the South Point, the running back, Tyson Riley, I will dare say Pisgah has not faced a kid like this all season. He's averaging 187 on the ground with 28 touchdowns. I think he'll be the best player, fastest player on the field tonight for both teams. His size will play a factor because he's a smaller guy. He gets behind that line from South Point. South Point don't have a big line, but when he gets behind him, he's so quick and shifty.
He's a good running back.
Yeah, when you find him, he's 10 yards downfield. So I think South Point wins this one going away. I really do. I think it won't even be close. I got South Point 35, Pisgah 17.
Dennis?
Well,
are you feeling the same way Shannon is about the Red Raiders tonight?
I am. The Red Raiders are not a happy group of campers. They feel like they've been disrespected, and they're going up there. They've played Pisgah before, I think, a couple of years in that. Pisgah is the number 1 seed, folks. But in seedings, sometimes it's not always the best team.
They're number 1 in paper on the page, yeah.
Yeah, it gets that ranking. Who's the competitions? Like we talked about West Charlotte. You look at those teams that West Charlotte played. How would Kings Mountain have done playing those same teams? In this case, I think I have to go with the Red Raiders. And one of the reasons is the running back that you've talked about. He is slippery. He's, he can kick out 200 yards in a heartbeat and sit out the second half. In this case, I don't want to be doing stereotypes, but those Mountain boys have not seen a player like this little fella who says he's 5'7". I'm not sure he's short. He's short. He measured up, and he can hide behind that line and break through or break out. And once he does, he is gone. Yeah. I'm taking South Point, and I'm taking them by at least 2 touchdowns over the number 1 seed, which I think is what's going to happen tonight. So if you want numbers, I think it's going to be something in the neighborhood of 34-28.
This year, Pisgah scored 286, gave up 137 in 11 games. South Point scored 333, give up 200 in 11 games. There's some matchup stuff, team comparison, rushing yards, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, all right, next game up, Forest View at Parkwood. So these two teams could get a rematch, Forest View and South Point, if we got an upset. Another upset in that same bracket, Shannon. Is that what I'm going to have tonight?
Well, Forest View comes in at 6-5. Parkwood's just 6-2. They haven't played but 8 ball games, and for years, Dennis, the Jaguars are always that 500 team that never seem to be able to get over the hump with that one game they needed, and they always fell short when it come to getting the playoffs. But this year, now they're over 500. It seems like this is what they needed, and I think they're a better team than what their record would suggest. They're led by quarterback Austin Parker, running back Cameron Reed. Parker's averaging 116 a game. I've talked to 2 head coaches about Forest View throughout the season, and both of them have said that Forest View was a very, very tough team to play, to prepare for. And so I like Forest View's chances. Parkwood comes in averaging 30, giving up 25. Their quarterback is Cameron Enos, who's averaging 165 in the year. I think the caliber of teams Forest View has played is going to help them get this win. So I've got Forest View going down to Monroe, winning 28-21 over Parkwood.
I concur. that Forest View is a better team than the record shows. They've gotten better through the year. They're actually a pretty dangerous team and have played some teams like Crest, for example, and South Point, in very competitive games. So I'm going with Forest View. I think Forest View pulls this game out tonight, and I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 28-21 Forest View.
All right, last game we pick in this segment, which will lead us into the next before Shannon's got to get out of here. Hickory at North Davidson tonight. The Red Tornadoes, who by my count, like I said last week, had played the toughest schedule actually in the area. As far as our PowerPoint standings goes, they could have acquired the most points if they would have won all their games. That prepared them last week in a win at Smoky Mountain. North Davidson, however, slightly different animal. Can they win again this week, Shannon, in Davidson?
Well, both of these teams have very similar quarterbacks. Hickory's quarterback is Turner Wood. He's averaging 171 on the year, 23 touchdowns, but he has 11 picks. Now, North Davidson's quarterback is Gavin Hill, averaging 173 with 11 touchdowns, and he also has 11 picks. So I think somebody's going to get picked off tonight, one of those two.
Are you just picking on them?
I'm just picking on them, yeah. I think Hickory will find this game matches them better than actually the Smoky Mountain game, because Smoky Mountain was probably more physical, pound it right at the middle, and Hickory had a time stopping that, but they found a way to win. But I think this game will matches them better as far as the team goes. I think Hickory's going to win this one at least by 10 points. I got them winning on the road 34-24.
Wow. Well, I think Kevin hit the nail on the head when he said they have played some very good competition this year. At the first of the year, Hickory was not a very good football team. No. They have got their act together. They have improved. I think the competition that they've played up to this point is the key in Hickory defeating this team tonight. And I would say that you're pretty close on the score. I would go 34-21. At Hickory will win this game.
All right. Ready for a break in there, Calvin, whenever you get ready. When we come back, we've got 5 more games to pick before Shannon gets out. Hickory, the winner of that game against North Davidson, will play the winner of West Rowan and Crest. That'll be the game we break down next. That'll be on 101.5 FM tonight with Rob Root and Shannon Allen on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory. That's over 90 years of experience, knowledge, and tradition. Their staff takes pride in the professionalism your family will receive. Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. Online at CecilMBurtonFuneralHome.com. Call 704-480-8383. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts. That's the theme of the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston and the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home on Dixie Street in Cherryville. Their staff is committed to providing your family with the highest quality care and service in your time of need. For more information, visit the websites at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com and StameyCherryvilleFuneralHome.com, both giving you the gift of comfort for you and your family.
From Shelby, turn off Highway 74 at Highway 226, up Highway 226 to the caution light at Zion Church Road. There on the corner is Kibo's, been there for over 20 years. Kibo's, where you'll find Hunt Brothers Pizza, snacks, candy, chips, also soft drinks, hand-dipped and packaged ice cream, bread, tobacco products, and much more. Yes, that's Kibo's. And don't forget to fill that vehicle up with gasoline at Kibo's, 226 North at the caution light in Shelby.
Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs. From preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with so many athletics organizations to bring you the very best of everything sports have to offer. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to you crazy fans out there, like the best meat in town, crisp, fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
You know there's nothing like a Southern Sunday, and now there's nothing like the Southern Sunday meals from Pat's Cafe in Shelby. Get a meat and 2 or 3 vegetables or a big veggie plate. Meats include buttermilk fried chicken breast, country fried steak, grilled or fried lemon pepper fish fillet, a Sunday sirloin, calabash fried or grilled pork chops, home-style turkey and dressing, or a Sunday breakfast skillet. Southern Sundays. Now at your Fats Cafe, 1235 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Is flooring in your remodeling or building plans? Then go see John Strickland at Boiling Springs Carpet and Tile, 137 North Main Street in Boiling Springs. They're your full-service flooring center with a great selection of quality brands. Flooring by Mannington, Thelma Core XL, and the new waterproof Mohawk Rev Wood. Carpeting by Mohawk, Shaw, and Southwind. Hardwood flooring by Somerset and Shaw, and luxury waterproof vinyl plank and tile. Check them out today. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, Saturday, 10 to 1, or by appointment. Call 704-434-9019. Do you know what Putnam Distributor sells? Auto parts, truck parts, stuff for all sorts of equipment, 25 brands of motor oil, hydraulic fluids, filters, batteries, even nuts and bolts, all at low, low prices. Putnam Distributors is located in downtown Patterson Springs, just 5 miles from the Shelby city limits. Go south on Highway 226 or Highway 180 and follow the signs. Putnam prices are low on everything for everybody. Or try them at PutnamDistributors.com. Or give them a call at 704-487-9395 for Putnam Distributors. Want to wow guests this holiday season? Learn how in Cleveland Community College's Cooking for the Holidays class. Learn to prepare festive dishes your family and friends will rave about. Want more? Learn the basics of cooking professionally in the 7-week Culinary Academy. Don't delay, register today. Evening classes are available, but seating is limited. Call 704-669-4015 to register or to get more information.
All right, welcome back to the show. Dennis and Shannon here. I've got to make a quick phone call while you guys start picking the games that we're broadcasting tonight. Start with that Crest game we was just talking about. Crest tonight host the West Rowan Falcons.
This is the rubber match. They've played 4 times. Each team has won 2. Shannon, you're doing the game. You want to talk first or you want me to?
Go ahead. You can tell us what you know about it.
Well, this isn't the West Rowan of the past. They had a very, very fine coach over there who had some health issues, retired, had either heart transplant or heart surgery. And once he healed up, he went down and became the coach at Independence for like 30 seconds or something. And some of the parents didn't like his technique or whatever, and they sort of ousted him down there. His wife had already transferred and was teaching at Charlotte Mecklenburg, but all that's neither here nor there. The record is the last 2 games have went to Rowan. The first 2 went to Crest. This is a horse of a different color that they're going to be facing this year. It's still green, but it's got a much more powerful, speedy team than what Rowan has at this point. I'm picking, and I know I'm prejudiced here, but I'm picking the Crest Chargers to continue their streak this round by a score of 48-20. 48-20 Crest, because Amari Adams is back and the defense is back, and the Chargers want a little piece of West Rowan for embarrassing them with those 2 victories.
Yeah. I think the last time they played was in 2019, the playoffs. West Rowan won 35-30. There's some of these players that are seniors now at Crest. I remember that game.
Yep.
And but this year West Rowan is averaging 37 a game, giving up 22. They're led in the backfield by Caleb Brawley, Noah Labeland, and Akeen Robinson, who has over 1,000 yards on the season. Robinson does. They also, Dennis, they have a big offensive line. They defeated North Lincoln last week in overtime, 34-28. Now, when looking at their schedule, though, they seem to struggle with teams that have speed. Not saying they lost to those teams, but they struggle with them. And the games are close. And you know as well as I do, if you have a close ball game, that plays right into Crest's playbook. And Crest seems to be hitting their stride right now, even though they have some injuries, or they had some injuries to some key players. As you mentioned, their lineman Grub Watkins, Maury Adams, a running back. They didn't play last week. They are back tonight. Even in Adams' absence, though, last week other players did step up. Natavius Husky, their quarterback, and wide receivers Carter Green, Javarius Green, and their speedster Malachi Addison, they all had a great game last week. So I think Crest will have too much for West Rowan, because if you look at Crest's starting 11, I said this all year, their starting 11 is as good as anybody out there. Yeah. They just don't have the depth. Their starting 11 can play. And Adams, as he goes, Crest is going to go, and he's going to be ready tonight. And Crest, I think, will win. You know, I've got them winning 42-24, where you said 48-20. So I think Crest will be able to put points on the board tonight.
Well, in this case, I think Crest advances on. Adams is not the only threat they have.
No.
They've used some other kids who are also fast and talented as well.
Carter Green's one of them. When Adams goes out, Carter gets in that Wildcat, and I'll tell you what, he's hard to stop. He's quick as lightning. And
I don't know exactly if West Rowan can match up with that speed with what they've got. Therefore, the Crest advances to the next round. The question is, with that depth question that you brought up, is how far can Crest go without sustaining an injury that could cost them their chance at a championship.
Yeah. All right, so our next game after the Crest and West Rowan game, and I'm trying to find it on my sheet, Dennis, and I can't see. You want to do Polk County and Shelby? You want to do that one?
Well, we might as well. I picked Crest in that one, and I'll just go ahead and shuck it on down to the corn, Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby. Yeah, Polk County they're averaging 26, giving up 22. They've had a great season. They have a great coach, and Coach Ollis down in Polk County. They're not flashy, but somehow they managed to win ball games. But when playing teams built like Shelby, and they've played Salisbury, Hendersonville, and Chase, they've gotten blown out. Polk County has this year. And Shelby, led by quarterback Dalen Lee, averaging over 200 a game, and probably one of the best wide receiving core around here. And Isaiah Bridges, Demetrius Thompson, Jakeith Hamilton, and Luke Williams. Those kids are extremely fast, and that's going to be the key. Polk County may have one kid that can guard one of them, but they don't have three other ones that can guard the other three. Yeah. And I'm like you. I think Shelby is going to do well. And Dennis, he mentioned their defense, Shelby's defense. And that's how good, that's how bad I think this game's going to be.
Well, they could probably just no, I won't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's no offense to Polk County, but Shelby's just too good this year. I've got Shelby 63-7.
Well, that's a pretty decent score, 63-7. Shelby doesn't mind, sticking it to you a little bit, and that's why some people don't particularly like them. Polk County's a solid team, but nowhere near the talent level that Shelby has. Nowhere near the speed on offense or defense that Shelby has. I like Coach Ollis. I think Polk County has done a remarkable job for a mountain team, I'll call them, in that conference up there. But they're not going to hang with the Golden Line.
No. And remember, prayers for the Shelby student body. They lost a fellow student this week. She was shot and killed.
Tragic, folks. And that family, that was their second child that succumbed to that.
So which game you want to go through?
Well, we've fiddled around here, and we hadn't talked about it. We've got these others. We've either got West Lincoln and Maiden or North Rowan and Jefferson. Let's go ahead and do North Rowan and Jefferson, and then we'll save the Maiden West Lincoln for the slobber knocker that it's going to be.
We got Burns and Hendersonville too.
Well, we'll get to them.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you wanted to take a break. You had to get out of here.
Oh, I know. I'm good. So I can go 100 on the road. We're fine.
Okay.
So North Rowan comes in averaging 39 points a game. They're giving up 30 points a game. They finished fourth in their conference behind Salisbury, Thomasville, and East Davidson. They're from a 1A, 2A conference just like Thomas Jefferson. They have a freshman quarterback named Jeremiah Alford and a junior wide receiver, Amari MacArthur, who is extremely fast. And he has over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. Thomas Jefferson come in led by quarterback Bryce Jurgensen and wide receiver Dakota Twitty. They defeated Avery County last week 39-7. But again, Thomas Jefferson's going to be playing a very different ball club this week. And last week, Dennis, North Rowan defeated Bessemer City. And this was a quote by their head coach Larry Boone about North Rowan. And I quote, "They were very athletic. They got into open spaces, and we could not tackle them. You cannot coach speed, and they have speed." That's the end of the quote. So that, by Coach Boone, that tells me all I need to know about this game. Because if you look at the teams Thomas Jefferson has played, who was athletic, Shelby and Burns,
they didn't do too well.
No, it wasn't even close. So no offense to the people up in Henrietta or Thomas Jefferson, but this game's going to be over early, and I've got North Rowan winning 56-14.
Well, I'd love to give Jefferson a nod here because they're the, quote, local team, and Coach Cash has done a good job of bringing that program up to speed, if you will, but he hadn't brought it up to the speed that North Rowan has.
Yeah.
And so I'm like you. I think North Rowan, because of their superior overall talent, Jefferson can match up with a couple of players. But when you start looking at the depth of it, I think North Rowan is the better team, and they will come out of that tonight. And I think the score will be something like 42-28, right. North Rowan.
All right, so next game, you'll do Maiden West Lincoln?
We might as well.
Go ahead and knock that one out. So Maiden and West Lincoln, Dennis, this is the second game between these two teams. They faced off on September 24th, and where Maiden won 20-14. That game was at West Lincoln. The Blue Devils undefeated at 11-0, led by quarterback Ethan Rhodes. He's averaging 185 with 29 touchdowns, and their running back Ben Gibbs averaging $122 with 11 touchdowns. Now, West Lincoln comes in behind Mason Avery, who's averaging 161 on the ground with 17 touchdowns. He's the soul of this team. And you always hate playing a team twice. I mentioned this a while ago. You hate playing a team twice in the same season. It's always tough to win that second time. And I think the key for West Lincoln will be able to keep the Blue Devil offense off the field as long as they can. And that's what they've done. They don't score a lot of points. And if they don't allow the other team to score a lot of points, well, they scored a lot last week. But traditionally and normally this whole season, West Lincoln hasn't scored many points, but they've kept you from scoring. And so I'm going to go with West Lincoln. I'm pulling them to go up to Maiden and win again because it's hard to beat a good team twice in 1 year. I've got West Lincoln 24, Maiden 21.
Well, I tell you what, I agree with the fact it's hard to beat a good team twice in a year. West Lincoln's got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder from how that last game at the last minute went to Maiden. But they're playing at Maiden.
Mm-hmm. Home
field advantage to Maiden. And so I'm going to go with Maiden to pull that one out. And I think it's going to be 24-21 Maiden.
Okay. All right, and our last game we're going to talk about tonight, Burns will be traveling up to Hendersonville. You got anything on the Bulldogs? You got anything on this game?
I've got a little something on this. These are two pretty evenly matched teams. Mm-hmm. They've actually played before. It's one of those situations where Danny Aker and Tom Senafani are going to be broadcasting that game. And you can, as Kevin said, you can actually watch that courtesy of some folks who contributed the fee that they charge in order to have the telecast of that. So I think that's a case where, we can be appreciative because we don't have to sit out in the cold like Tom and Danny do tonight to watch this game. Burns is a scary team. They played Shelby down to the wire, if you will, score-wise. The quarterback, Ben Mooney, and their receivers, was an article in the paper today about how they've connected in practice and done some things. Mooney to Thompson's a winning combination. but they've got a running back that's not too bad either. And I think Burns' competition with Shelby and some other teams, Crest they beat 21-20 this year. I'm going to take Burns in this contest. Hendersonville is the number one seed over there. And, yes, they beat Chase, and I don't know what happened that night because they beat Chase like a drum that night.
Yeah.
But I think Coach Cognell, being a former Bulldog assistant, has probably given them all the inside information they need on Hendersonville tonight to maybe shut them down a little bit. So I'm going with the Burns defense against the Hendersonville offense, and the Burns offense with Mooney and the boys that are playing on the running game and the passing game to do a better job. But a close game, I'm picking Burns by 3 because they do have a kicker, and I think it's going to end up 37-34 Burns.
That kicker's name was Machado. That's his last name.
Well,
I think.
That's why I let you pronounce it.
So Burns comes in averaging 37, giving up 13. They struggled early in the year, but they seem to be hitting their stride now. And you mentioned they lost that game against Shelby. Shelby did win that game, but the Burns game plan was spot on. I mean, they had a great game plan for that night. Running back Jeremiah Norris, that's the kid you were talking about a while ago, had a big game last week. He'll need to have another one tonight in order for Burns to be successful, because I think they're going to stop Thompson. They're going to put somebody on him, and so Norris is going to have to open up those passing lanes by rushing the football.
And that's why Burns wins, because you can't just stop one.
Right. And the key, you mentioned Ben Mooney. Ben Mooney's going to have to be, when he does throw it, he's going to have to find his open receivers, get his spots, and but it's going to be tough. I'm not saying Hendersonville's not good. Hendersonville's averaging 52, giving up 20, but who have they played? That's the key. Quarterback Gavin Gosnell, he's the key to their offense. He's averaging 249 with 28 touchdowns. They're a shootout type of team. They score a lot of points, but what happens when they play a team that has equal team speed?
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to face tonight with Burns. Now, these two programs are not strangers. In 2017, Hendersonville won 27-21 in overtime in Lawndale, and then in 2018, Burns went up to Hendersonville and won in a shootout 56-55. So they play each other close. And Burns always plays them tough, and I like what Coach Devine's doing. I think he's going to have a great game plan, and that's why I'm picking the Bulldogs tonight. I got it closer than what you did. I got it Burns 49, Hendersonville 48.
Wow.
Yeah,
Don't get much closer than that.
No.
They'll be playing overtime.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if that game goes to overtime. It's that these two teams
match up extremely well.
They really do, and it's going to be a great atmosphere up in Hendersonville tonight. So, Calvin, we ready for a break? All right, so I guess we'll break it, and then we'll come back and finish up. I don't know what Kevin's got left. He's got stuff all over the place.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price, with names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. 2 locations to serve you. That's Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal, located at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and now at 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal will buy your junk car or even your house and come pull your own parts. New additions arrive every day. Admission fee is $2. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. Auto Parts U-Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page on whatsupshopper.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Since 1977, Shelby Heating and Air has been serving this area with the finest in Carrier heating and air conditioning products. Turn to the experts. Turn to Carrier and Shelby Heating and Air. Plus, they service all brands and are accredited A+. Visit their website at shelbyheating.com. Just call 704-487-7877 for Shelby Heating and Air, voted best heating and air conditioning in Cleveland County and a member of the Better Business Bureau.
The perfect place for the holiday season is the Big E, upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center off I-85 exit 90 in Gaffney. Bring the entire family to the Big E for bowling, a laser tag arena, bumper cars, an arcade, and an 8-screen movie theater. Thanks to the Big E, you can give the gift of fun this Christmas. Gift cards that include a gift option for the whole family. We're talking about the ultimate gift of entertainment. Showtime listings and other information are online at BigEGaffney.com. Bayada Home Health Care continues to grow, and because of this growth, they are in need of new employees. See Bayada Home Health Care today and join their growing team of healthcare professionals with immediate opportunities in Gaston, Lincoln, and Cleveland counties. And they are COVID-19 compliant, taking all safety precautions possible with an experienced, trained staff. Just call 704-669-4000, 704-669-4000, or visit the website at bayada.com. Bayada Home Health Care. They love what they do. 3 big days of savings are waiting for you at Wright's Jewelry in Falston, with store-wide savings of up to 75% off. Friday, November 26th, it's the Black Friday after Thanksgiving sale. Saturday, November 27th, it's the Small Business Saturday sale. And on Monday, November 29th, it's the Cyber Monday online sale with Matt and Jennifer at 7 p.m. on Facebook.com/Wright's Jewelry Store and Wright'sJewelryStore.com/events. Up to 75% of savings from Wright's Jewelry, 4911 Falston Road, Highway 18 North in Falston.
Home Folks Cafe is a family business that's celebrating 50 years. The best breakfast in town. Sausage, bacon, eggs, grits, and rice with gravy. Lunch, how about a cheeseburger? Dinner specials during the week. Wednesdays, spaghetti and chicken livers. Thursdays, they rotate meatloaf with salmon patties. Fridays is everybody's special. Prime rib, their world-famous fried chicken. And top that off with a slice of their homemade cakes. Home Folks Cafe is open Tuesday through Friday, 5 a.m. till 8 p.m., Saturdays 5 a.m. until 1 p.m. 209 East Main Street, Cherryville. Call 704-435-9336. Check their menu out on Facebook at Home Folks.
Now open, the all-new BMC Toner Solutions at 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. The new BMC Toner Solutions can save you up to 50% off retail on your printer ink cartridges. Extra large inkjets just $14.99 for black and $16.99 for color. Just call 704-862-7333. They're open from 9 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2 on Friday, and open every third Saturday from 9 to 2. The new BMC Toner Solutions, now open at 410 East Franklin Boulevard, Gastonia.
If you're ready to make the great escape, do it with the #1 brand on the water. Yamaha Wave Runners are the most premium personal watercraft on the market, with industry-first features and exciting new products like the all-new 2021 BX Series with audio packages, the must-anticipated Superjet, and the new race-ready GP Series. This is Wave Runner country. See one today at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Lowell.
Well, Dennis, it looks like everybody left you, so I'm going to send it back to you.
I will take it from here. Here comes Kevin.
Well, I'm not gonna be here long, Dennis. I got to run back down the hall and call Robbie and Brent here and back in a second. But we want to welcome everybody back to the show tonight. Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show. Want to go through some of these in just a minute about exactly where the broadcasts are tonight. But I do want to thank Dennis, our sponsor here tonight for Burns. Let's see if I can find there we go.
Whitetail Realty, did you say?
Whitetail Real Estate, hunting, ranch, farm, timber, land is what they specialize in. We grow dreams, whitetailproperties.com. We'll have commercials for them during the Burns Bulldogs game. They'll have that. But we also, we do got a couple of highlights, Dennis, from last week that we can play and for the folks at home. And I'm going to play a couple of those. Now, we had big wins last week, so these aren't exactly close games as far as the highlights goes, put it that way. So we're going to start out in Burns, and Dennis, I'll let you kind of talk a little bit about this. They don't have any play-by-play or whatever. Hit computer for me right there.
Got it.
Let's see if I can get Dennis set up properly for the highlights. So this is Burns and McMichael, and we'll see what we got a little bit here.
Where is McMichael exactly, Kevin? Do you know?
I did till you asked me. I really did.
You're getting old like me. I still think this is one of the best home field entrances anywhere. All right, Burns taking the field here. Mooney fades back and throws out into the flat. He hits Burns' receiver, who takes it downfield, and he goes into the end zone there for a score. And here's Burns again with the running back. He breaks some good tackles and takes it down for a big touchdown there, add to the Burns score. And another touchdown. Burns is an offensive machine. They can really score. Look at that pass from Mooney. Pinpoint into the end zone. Good catch. There's McMichael. And look at this breakaway run into the end zone. Strut your stuff there, son. And right up the middle and a tough run. Oh, he's not down. He's in the end zone. Another touchdown for the Burns Bulldogs. 42-7 at this point. And there we go. Another touchdown, making it 48-7. Burns over McMichael. Here's McMichael. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and it's a touchdown. Yeah. Who else have you got? Well, wake me up when it's second half.
Yeah, I didn't have it on for a second. I'm on. I got you.
There we go.
Crest.
They're coming out of their helmet.
Right.
Everybody's got a helmet. Kings Mountain have a helmet.
They've got a man. Run out, run out between his legs.
Hey, no, don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm just telling you what they did, dude. Chargers with a swoop right. Watch out, cameraman, and Robbie Ruth's face.
Oh, yeah. Robbie was a little concerned about that one.
Now, his daughter's doing the highlights for the press game tonight for us. Husky got the score in the...
and RJ will get to play, my prediction. Tonight.
Well, he's on the field goal unit team, too, so he's definitely getting to play. Chris, 7-7. Well, if they don't score, I guess he ain't get to play. 7-7 against Carson. Carson punched down on the 1 yard line, then Husky to Addison, and then he takes off.
Fixing to be 21-7.
Yeah.
Malachi Allison, yeah. He's quick, too.
21-7. Carter Green makes it.
Yeah, he's quick, too.
And then Carter Green makes it 28-7. Chargers. There's the highlights from the Chargers. And finish a little bit of a verse before we go on.
You know, I thought that Carson came in not doing the fun thing, but doing the thing that was necessary to give them a chance to win, and that is just hold the ball. The entire first quarter, Crest offense never got on the field. It was 2 minutes into the second period before Crest offense got on the field. Here's the Chase Trojans.
6-0. I'll let you kind of talk over these. Marquise McCollum goes for 50 here.
Yeah. And their former star running back, Chuck McSwain, who played at Clemson and with the Cowboys, I understand is a teacher of chess.
Here's the reason it's pick 6, who's have a big job tonight covering the region. All right, Dennis, Chase won big last week. We're going to, I want you to just read down the games tonight, and we'll go to break when you're done, and we've got to connect some radio stations here.
Well, you go hook them up. And one of the games that you could be listening to tonight on WLON 1050 AM or 107.5 FM is that clash between West Lincoln Rebels and the Maiden Blue Devils. Now, I know who Terry Reinhardt's going to be pulling for on that one. And you can call in tomorrow and talk to him about it on the sports show. On a little different thing here tonight, WOHS 101.5 FM. That's the 101.5 FM. You have West Rowan at Crest. So you Crest folks want to hear that game, turn over there. Shannon and Robbie Roop will be doing that on 101.5 FM. Now, on the AM side of that dial, WHS 1390 AM, Polk County will be at Shelby, and Jeff Jones and Brent Pasco will be doing that game. So if you're in the Shelby city limits and everything, you should be able to get that signal with no problem. But it's the AM side of the dial, 1390. And those of you in Rutherford County, WAGY 1320 AM and 107.5 FM will have the North Rowan Jefferson game, and that's Paul Foster carrying that game. And now, for those of you at Burns, this is a little bit different. Since Cherryville's not in the playoffs, we're borrowing their station tonight, and WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM, and thanks to some generous contributors from Burns High School, we have YouTube, which you can find on the KTC broadcasting site, Burns at Hendersonville. No need to drive up to the mountain and sit in the cold all night. And trust me, they don't have a big press box up there where Tom and Danny can sit and drink hot chocolate and discuss the game. They're going to be out on the field almost. And so that's at WCSL 1590 and 92.3. Yes, that's the Cherryville station for you Burns folks. You're close enough you can pick that up. Or click on KTC Broadcasting and go to the YouTube site for Burns and Hendersonville, and you can actually watch that game courtesy of a couple of patrons. And if any of you folks from Crest or Shelby or Burns win and would like to have a broadcast of your game next week, give Calvin a call. His phone's never busy. It doesn't ring at all. Just give him a call, and you can probably buy him off, and he'll broadcast that game for you. He's probably going to give me a dirty look here in a minute. But anyway, that's how you would get that game, is because financially it is quite expensive. To broadcast the game, I think, is a fee of $500. And through the generosity of two of the Burns supporters tonight, one anonymous and one the Whitetail properties that Kevin just told you about, there will be some commercials on tonight. But if you're in Shelby or Crest and you want to do that, I'm sure that we'd work with you folks to broadcast those games as well. The only problem is, first you got to win tonight. Well, I'm back. I don't know if that's good or bad for you folks, but here comes Kevin. That'll improve the broadcast. Well, there goes Kevin. Okay. Well, anyway, tonight we've got some good games lined up for you there. Whether you're a West Lincoln or a Maiden fan, you can catch that on WLON. If you're a Crest fan, catch that on WHS FM. If you're a Shelby fan, catch that on WHS AM. Waggy's carrying the North Rowan Jefferson game, and the Burns Hendersonville game, as we said, is on both AM and FM, Cherryville station 1590, 92.3, and the YouTube site, which Kevin's fixing to tell you how to access that, and it's very easy.
The easiest thing for anyone to do is go to ktcbroadcasting.com. If you'll go there, folks, at the very top of the page, you'll find
big green
the
button.
links of all the games. Whoop, I hit the play button there. you'll find a big green button. Now, that one will bring up the 3 radios. But the best thing to do, folks, is when you go to KTC Broadcasting, all of our games are there in the slideshow. If you'll just scroll down just a little bit, I'm going to pull it up for you. Right here. You got the pregame show, you got the red zone show, and then all the games here in the slideshow. You just slide on over to your game of choice. For example, Crest and West Rowan. Click on it, and it'll take you straight to that game. So we'll show you with Shelby. When you click on Shelby, it's going to take you to a YouTube page, Polk County and Shelby coming up soon. Jefferson, that's going to take you to Waggy.
Appliance.com.
There you go for that. Let's see, Burns. This should take you to YouTube as well for that game. Yep, they're getting ready to play in just a little bit. And the last one, who did I miss? West Lincoln and Maiden. That should bring that one up for Lincoln County. So, folks, that's how you get to the games. The easiest way is go to ktcbroadcast.com, click on your game, or if you know your station, go to there. Twitter at KTC Broadcasting, Facebook at KTC Broadcast. We've got the links on all of them, all the games. And if push comes to shove, give us a call during the games. We'll talk you right through it and tell you how to get to the games. No problem with that, Dennis. Did you take a break a minute ago? Was that a minute break? Did I walk out of the room for a minute?
I don't know what happened. I won't call error on the operator in there, but
are we about ready for break in there yet? Working on it. Huh? He's going to make one up here in just a minute.
Pay them bills, Calvin.
Well, we got to pay some bills, and then we've also got to make sure all the connections are, because everybody wants to go to the games. They want me and Dennis to shut up here in a minute. So when Calvin's ready, we're going to go to commercial here on ktcbroadcasting.com. Not yet, though. Again, Burns and Hendersonville is on the Cherryville station. North Rowan and Jefferson on Waggy. West Lincoln and Maiden on WLON. West Rowan and Crest on 1390 in Shelby. Polk County and Shelby on 101.5 FM in Shelby. We'll be back in a few minutes. KTC Broadcasting
has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs, from preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with so many athletics organizations to bring you the very best of everything sports have to offer. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to you crazy fans out there, like the best meat in town, crisp, fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory. That's over 90 years of experience, knowledge, and tradition. Their staff takes pride in the professionalism your family will receive. Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. Online at cecilmburtonfuneralhome.com. Call 704-480-8383. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts. That's the theme of the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston, and the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home on Dixie Street in Cherryville. Their staff is committed to providing your family with the highest quality care and service in your time of need. For more information, visit the websites at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com and StameyCherryvilleFuneralHome.com, both giving you the gift of comfort for you and your family.
From Shelby, turn off Highway 74 at Highway 226, up Highway 226 to the caution light at Zion Church Road. There on the corner is Kibo's. Been there for over 20 years. Kibo's, where you'll find Hunt Brothers Pizza, snacks, candy, chips, also soft drinks, hand-dipped and packaged ice cream, bread, tobacco products, and much more. Yes, that's Kibo's. And don't forget to fill that vehicle up with gasoline at Kibo's, 226 North at the Caution Light in Shelby.
You could be the winner of $1,000 Christmas shopping spree from one of our local businesses. All you have to do is register to win at one of our participating merchants, including Medical Arts Pharmacy on Grover Street in Shelby, our Professional Pharmacy on Main Street in Bowling Springs, and Family Auto on Highway 74 East in Shelby, our Honda Motorcycles of Shelby on Highway 74 East in Shelby, and Firestone Grill on West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, our Full Throttle Power Sports on Indian Walk in Lowell, our Classic Volkswagen on East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, at Teddy's Emporium Outlet in East Ridge Mall in Gastonia, at This and That's Trading Post on the Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, and at Moss Drug on West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. The $1,000 shopping spree will be given away on Wednesday, December 22nd on the Boss and Carolina Country. Register to win today. See participating stores for details.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts, Christmas at your fingertips.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 11th through 21st at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Explore a sweet Christmas, inspired by all the sweet treats from the merriest time of the year. Plus, shop hundreds of booths to find one-of-a-kind gifts for everyone on your list. Buy tickets online and save at southernchristmasshow.com.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
You know there's nothing like a Southern Sunday, and now there's nothing like the Southern Sunday Meals from Pat's Cafe in Shelby. Get a meat and 2 or 3 vegetables or a big veggie plate. Meats include buttermilk fried chicken breast, country fried steak, grilled or fried lemon pepper fish fillet, a Sunday sirloin, calabash fried or grilled pork chops, home-style turkey and dressing, or a Sunday breakfast skillet. Southern Sundays, now at your Pat's Cafe, 1235 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Is flooring in your remodeling or building plans? Then go see John Strickland at Boiling Springs Carpet and Tile, 137 North Main Street in Boiling Springs. They're your full-service flooring center with a great selection of quality brands. Flooring by Mannington, Thelma Core XL, and the new waterproof Mohawk Rev Wood. Carpeting by Mohawk, Shaw, and Southwind. Hardwood flooring by Somerset and Shaw, and luxury waterproof vinyl plank and tile. Check them out today. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, Saturday 10 to 1, or by appointment. Call 704-434-9019. Do you know what Putnam Distributor sells? Auto parts, truck parts, stuff for all sorts of equipment, 25 brands of motor oil, hydraulic fluids, filters, batteries, even nuts and bolts, all at low, low prices. Putnam Distributors is located in downtown Patterson Springs, just 5 miles from the Shelby city limits. Go south on Highway 226 or Highway 180 and follow the signs. Putnam prices are low on everything for everybody. Or try them at PutnamDistributors.com. Or give them a call at 704-487-9395 for Putnam Distributors. Want to wow guests this holiday season? Learn how in Cleveland Community College's Cooking for the Holidays class. Learn to prepare festive dishes your family and friends will rave about. Want more? Learn the basics of cooking professionally in the 7-week Culinary Academy. Don't delay, register today. Evening classes are available, but seating is limited. Call 704-669-4015 to register or to get more information.
And welcome back to the Witherspoon pregame show. If you need some insurance, go down and see my good buddy Wayne Witherspoon down there at the insurance on North Lafayette Street there. He'll fix you right up, and he might teach you a few hunting tricks if you're a good bird hunter. He's got some good dogs, and he trains them, and he'll take you out and show you how to do that right. Anyway, we got some great games tonight here. It's that time of the year, and we cover them, and we cover only the best. So if you're listening to WLON 1050 AM or 107.5 tonight, you're in for a treat because you have West Lincoln Rebels versus the Maiden Blue Devils in a rematch tonight up at Maiden. And it's, as Lewis Carpenter used to say, it's going to be a slobber knocker because the Rebels, they want revenge. The Blue Devils want to move forward. They can't wait to play Shelby somewhere down the road. WHS 101.5. The signal is split tonight. On the FM side, you got West Rowan at Crest. That's a rematch. Each team has won twice, and this is the rubber match tonight, the fifth game between these two. WHS 1390 AM, that's what I meant by the signal being split. You've got Polk County at Shelby. The Lions will be looking to move on in that game tonight. And Polk County is just hoping to pull off the major upset tonight of the number one seeded Shelby Golden Lions. Over in Rutherford County, Waggy 1320 AM and 107.5 FM, you have North Rowan versus Thomas Jefferson. And at Cherryville, WCSL, that's right, the Cherryville station is carrying Burns at Hendersonville tonight. That's 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. And also there is a YouTube video coverage of that game. So if you didn't drive up the mountain to Hendersonville to see this game tonight, just click on the YouTube button there, the red one, not the green one. The green one will get you the audio. The red one will get you the video for this game tonight, thanks to a couple of our patrons out there from the Burns High School Bulldogs. We've got some good games. Shannon and I agreed mostly on the games tonight. What you're getting at this time of the year is a little better competition. That first round, you had some lower-ranked teams that just barely made the playoffs playing some of the top-ranked teams, and those didn't turn out too well for the lower-ranked teams. Tonight, you've got the winners of those games last week facing off with one another, and usually they're the higher seeds. Sometimes you'll have a 14-15 matchup. Other times you might have a 1 and a 17 matchup. It's going to be a little better competition than what you had in the first round. And Lordy mercy, what's going to happen in that third round is you're going to get into a whole bunch of them slobber knockers we was talking about, because these teams may look good on paper, but they have to look good on the field. And the advantage that Shannon and I, in predicting some scores tonight, went with was, who have you played? What kind of competition have you faced? You know, they say if it don't kill you, it makes you stronger. Well, this is where you find out how strong you are when you're playing some of these higher-ranked teams, but you've actually faced better competition. Even though you may be the third or fourth team in your league, you've played some teams that are much better than the number one seed from some of these smaller conferences, and therefore that those lumps that you took back in the season have made you stronger, and it's going to pay off tonight in wins for some lower-ranked teams. And if you want to find out who those are, tune in here to the Power Sports post-game show when we'll give you all the scores. We've got a lovely scoreboard. You can just, if you don't want to wait for us to talk about it, just turn on your computer, and we've got a nice scoreboard there that features all the teams and who they're playing and what the score is. And Kevin does that so that if it's in a certain color, that's still going on. And if it's in a red, that's the final score tonight. I believe that's the way that Kevin works that. And, of course, we have the Power Poll. And speaking of this week's Power Poll, if this is any help to some of you out here, I still don't understand it. But Kevin has come up with a system, whereas if you're a 1A team and you beat a 4A team, you get lots of points. And it depends on several factors here as to who you're playing and what the rank is. In this week's Power Poll, I'm just going to do the top 20. At number 20 is the Kramer Storm, which got beat. They had 4 points. They were 4-6. And then the Mountain Island Raptors are also out because they weren't good boys during the course of the year, and they got into a little skirmish. And the North Carolina High School Athletic Association says, now, boys, you need to stay home and brush up on your manners. Of course, some mamas over there at Mountain Charter are suing the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and saying, you shouldn't do that to our boys because we've got a real good team and we could possibly win some games in the playoffs. And this is not fair. And life's like that sometimes. It's not fair. North Lincoln lost, and so they're out. Thomas Jefferson is the number 17 team, and they're still playing tonight. And you can listen to that, like we said, on Waggy right here. East Gaston is still playing tonight. They're number 16. Polk County is the 15th ranked team in our poll, and they're playing Shelby tonight. And then the number 14 team is the Burns Bulldogs, and they're playing at the number 1 seeded Hendersonville team up there tonight. You can listen to it on the Cherryville station, WCSL, or you can click on the YouTube button, and you can watch that game, and Ben Mooney and all the boys from Burns playing. Forest View is playing tonight. They're the 13th ranked team. We don't have a coverage on them, but you can we'll give you the scores on that later. Now, the number 12 team is West Lincoln, and we do have coverage on them right here.
We've got radio and video coverage of that game. We'll have
video.
We'll have
Wow.
score and highlights from West Lincoln and Maiden, Burns and Hendersonville, of course, and West Rowan at Crest. We've got some
And don't
folks out
forget
tonight.
that red zone, Kevin. People can tune in during the game and watch some of those plays as you describe them.
So we're going to have, starting at 7:30, folks, Red Zone Channel, Red Zone Radio on YouTube, KDC Broadcasting Channel, the same one you're watching right now. We'll be pulling up highlights, live highlights from the games. We'll go to the Burns-Hendersonville broadcast to pull that up in the show, Dennis, when they get close to show you live scoring
Live
from that
action.
game.
Yeah.
And then the other ones, of course, we'll give scores and highlights all the way up until 9:45, and the post-game show starts at 10, all here on KDC
And
Broadcasting.
Kevin, one point I'd like to make.
Mm-hmm.
When you're watching or listening on KTC Broadcasting, there's no charge.
Mm-hmm.
We don't charge. We do this as a service to the kids and the teams and the community. Some places you go to, you'll see a little dollar sign. That means you got to pay per view. And they're not cheap. They charge you.
All right, Dennis, it's time to send it out to the stadiums. It's time for us to say goodnight for the first part of our evening. We got a 3-part evening here on KTC in the studio, so we're going to send it out to the stadiums here. Thank everybody for listening to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby, North Carolina Prep Football pregame show on KTC Broadcasting.